Your baby is about the size of a strawberry. It is a little over 3 centimetres long and weighs about 4 grams. The 2 pink lines. You've made it. Congratulations. How you got here is different from woman to woman. It may have been a one-night stand, years of infertility, a sperm donor from a clinic, or the bog standard way of just having unprotected sex with your partner. But whatever your story, you're here now, and you've probably got a million thoughts and questions racing through your mind. Slow down. It's only the beginning. You need this whole pregnancy to get your head around the fact that you're going to be a mother. There will be a baby, or babies, at the end of this journey, so take your time, ask questions, and surround yourself in positivity. Everyone will give you their tips, advice and opinions. Just take it all with a pinch of salt. Only you know your own mind. Even if your emotions are all over the place, hormones are a funny old thing, take a breather and focus on one thing at a time. Even if that's what you make for dinner, there's plenty of time to think about the bigger picture. Don't panic about things like what sort of birth do I want? You can address these mind-boggling questions when you have more information as your pregnancy develops and you start finding out more about your options. I often tell women you can't plan your birth anyway, so let go of the things you can't control and just get through these next few weeks. Rest and nurture your changing body. It's doing an incredible thing growing a tiny human. When I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant with my first baby at 23, I stared at the pregnancy test for what felt like an hour. I kept turning it over and looking at it, hoping it had miraculously changed from positive to negative. But of course it hadn't. It was a big fat positive. Those 2 pink lines staring at me on that plastic stick suddenly meant my plans would change forever. So don't worry if you two are feeling overwhelmed by what lies ahead. It's entirely normal, even if this pregnancy was planned. Hopefully, this book will support and guide you through all of it. Think of it as your go-to for all those niggling questions you might be too afraid to even ask your mum. One of the most frequent questions I get asked as a midwife is, I've been on a bender and I didn't realise I was pregnant. Will my baby be okay? Fear not, ladies, you are not alone if you find yourself in this situation. There's obviously not a huge amount you can do at this stage, but feeling guilty and worrying about it isn't going to change anything either. Feel reassured that lots of mums start off their pregnancy in exactly the same way. Sophie, mum of 2, says, I had my 30th birthday the weekend before I found out I was pregnant. I was so scared that there would be some lasting effects of the alcohol I drank on my unborn baby. While pregnant, I reassured myself by thinking about how I'm sure I wasn't alone in my circumstances and that managed to tame my guilt I was feeling. But as soon as you find out you are pregnant, stop drinking any alcohol. The chief medical officers for the UK, NHS.UK, recommend that if you are pregnant or planning to become pregnant, to keep risks to your baby to a minimum. The safest approach is not to drink alcohol at all. Try to let go of the guilt and things you can't change and focus on the things you can do from now on. Eating well, taking the right supplements, and resting. I found pregnancy to be the best and biggest detox I've ever been on. Think about ways to live more healthily. If you're used to exercising, whether that's swimming, running, or cycling to work, and still feel like doing it, then go for it. There is no evidence that suggests that continuing your normal exercise routine is more likely to cause harm to you and your baby. I wouldn't recommend suddenly taking up a new high-impact sport, as your body won't be used to it, so stick to what you're used to, especially if it makes you feel good. Endorphins are good for you after all. Most importantly, relax and try to enjoy the next few months. This first chapter will take you through those early stages so you can feel more prepared for the next part of your pregnancy. Things you should be doing now. I've compiled a list of things you should be doing by now, but don't worry if you haven't done them all yet. Tick the thing.